I thought working nights would be quiet. That was the reason I volunteered for the shift. No crowds, no meetings, no one watching over my shoulder. Just me and an empty building. I didn't realize how noticeable I'd be. The building I worked in never closed. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Technically, anyone could walk in at any time. But after midnight, no one ever did. The lobby lights dimmed automatically. The vending machines hummed without stopping. The elevators rested on the ground floor, doors closed, like they were asleep. I checked the schedule twice. I was alone. My job was routine. Monitor security feeds. Walk each floor once an hour. Log anything unusual. Most nights there was nothing to log. That night started the same way. I made coffee that tasted burnt no matter how much sugar I added. Sat at the control desk. Listened to the building breathe. Vents exhaled warm air. Pipes knocked softly behind the walls. Somewhere far above me, something clicked, then stopped. At 1 a.m., I began my first walk. Everything was exactly where it should be. Doors closed, lights off, no movement. When I returned to the control room, I felt relaxed, almost bored. At 1:52 a.m., the system registered movement on the third floor. I noticed it because the alert light blinked once, then went still. I hadn't been up there. I checked the camera. Nothing. Empty hallway. Still, I wrote it down. The second walk felt different. Not louder, not darker, just quieter, like the building was listening. On the fourth floor, I heard footsteps. Slow, measured. Not behind me. Not in front of me. Above. I stopped walking. The footsteps stopped too. I waited. 10 seconds. 20. Then I forced myself to keep moving. Old buildings make noise, I told myself, but I didn't believe it. At 2:41 a.m., the elevator indicator lit up. Fourth floor. Someone had called it. I stood at the end of the hallway, staring at the closed doors. No sound. No movement. Then the light turned off. The elevator never arrived. I didn't log it. Something about writing it down felt like admitting it was real. At 3 a.m., the camera feeds refreshed. That's when I noticed the shadow. Camera 3C covered the far end of the third floor hallway. At first glance, it looked empty, but the corner of the frame was darker than it should have been. A shape, standing just outside the camera's view, close enough to block the light, like someone knew exactly where the blind spot was. I leaned closer to the screen. The shadow shifted, not walking, not stepping, adjusting. My badge activity was the only one on record. The system insisted I was alone. I wasn't. I decided to stay in the control room until morning. No more walks. No more checking. Just wait. At 3:27 a.m., I heard the door behind me. Not the lobby door. The control room door. The handle moved. Slowly. Testing it. I didn't turn around. I stared at the monitors as camera 3C went dark. Not disconnected. Covered. The pressure on the handle stopped. After a long moment, I finally turned. The door was closed. Locked. Exactly how I'd left it. At 4:12 a.m., motion registered on every floor. One after another. like someone was following a route, my route. I stopped checking the screens. I sat still, breathing as quietly as I could. When morning came, the building filled with sound again. Voices, footsteps, life. I logged out without explaining anything. Before I left, I checked the activity log one last time. It still listed one employee on shift, but the movement timestamps. They were perfect, every hour, on schedule. I quit that week. They told me the system had no record of anyone else, that the cameras must have glitched. Sometimes when I wake up in the middle of the night, I think about that shadow, standing just outside the camera's view, waiting, knowing exactly when I'd be there.